25 years since people remember 84. Soon, a lot of you did, or you will be, taking some time out of your lives to remember 84, and you want people to remember what happened in the state of Punjab in 1984. So we've given build up a bit of a platform to actually to show you, maybe you don't know anything about 84. Why are the Sikhs so passionate about 1984? What is it that they want to tell the world about 1984? What is Sikhism? Who are Sikhs? If you don't know those answers to those questions, then today we've got some great guests in the studio to talk about that very matter and to tell you what Sikhs are all about, the state of Punjab, where they come from, and where did it really all go wrong for the Sikhs. I'm just going to introduce you to my guests. We have Pyara Singh Ji, who's a doctor by profession, but he's actually the chairman of Sikh Gurdwaras in Birmingham. One of my guests, Sardar Ranjit Singh Ji, who's actually with us, and he is the General Secretary of Council of Khalistan, and I'll give them an opportunity to introduce themselves as well. And behind me, we have a panel of people who feel passionate about 84 and want to bring that to the world and tell them what 84 is all about. First, I'll come to you, Pyara Singh Ji. So if you just want to give us a little bit of background on yourself. I mean, I've given a little bit of background, so just give us a little bit.
Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa,
Waheguru Ji ki Fateh.
Mera naam Sardar Pyara Singh Pogal. I'm the chairman of the Council of Gurdwaras Birmingham, based in number 3 Grove Lane, representing about 16 Gurdwaras in Birmingham. And also, I've been actually been doing seva for a long time with Ramgarh Sikh Temple in Graham Street.
Right.
And trying to help humanity, and obviously trying to work and make Sikhism aware on even the school kids, having school trips coming in, giving lectures to school trips and tell them what Sikhism is all about.
Right. Okay. And I'll move up to Ranjit Singh. So if you just want to give us a bit of a tell everybody out there your profession or your involvement in the Sikh world.
Waheguru Ji ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji ki Fateh. Mera naam hai Ranjit Singh Sarai. I am a lawyer by profession, but in the context of this program, I am a campaigner, long-standing campaigner for the Sikh right of national self-determination in the form of a sovereign state of Khalistan in the Sikh homeland. For far too long, the underlying causes of the Punjab conflict have remained hidden. There has been a huge amount of propaganda labelling the Sikhs as terrorists, labelling the Sikhs as anti-national, whereas the reality is the Sikhs have only sought to achieve their own rights in international law. As a nation, the Sikhs are entitled to national self-determination. And so I've campaigned for a long time to bring this forward as an advocate, if you like. And I also serve as a secretary to a cross-party group at Westminster called Parliamentarians for National Self-Determination, which provides a platform for many nations, not just the Sikhs, from the Kashmiris to the Tamils to the Kosovars to the Nagas to the Kurds. We provide a platform for different nations to set out their case for self-determination.
Extremely busy man then, not just obviously represent the Sikhs, but everybody out there as well. Okay, we're here to talk about the Sikhs, so let's just sort of rewind the clock before we go into 84 and the situation in 1984. Where did it actually go wrong for the Sikhs? Yeah, if we go far back as partition, there's a Sikh there, Master Tara Singh, representing the Sikhs. If I go to Pyara Singh, where did it actually go wrong for the Sikhs on that point?
I think it is very, very difficult to pinpoint where it went wrong, because when we listen to our parents, obviously they really suffered because when the partition actually happened. So we are actually been listening to our mom and dad, and they're saying in 1947 that's what happened. We used to be living in Lahore, or we were living in another side of the India. At that time, because the Sikh weren't respected, human rights issues were present from the day one. Because if you're talking about fairness, respect, dignity and equality, I think we've been put on the back seat right from day one, from 1947.
But yet, when it comes to fighting for the country, whether they're fighting for the British government or fighting for the Indian government, Sikhs are the ones who've been most martyred.
They are. They actually played a big role in actually fighting for the country and actually making a name. Even the British Army, I mean, if you see how much they have actually taken part in British Army and they fought for the country, they fought for the British Armed Forces as well. But in return, we didn't get no recognition at all.
Right.
And that's the recognition we're talking about. Identification and the problems we faced later on with helmets and with motorbikes and and wearing turbans nowadays. So it went wrong right from day one. From my personal point of view.
I want to sort of more home into. I mean, you know, the monk of Khalistan is coming into play now, but at that time, Master Tara Singh, who was representing the Sikhs during the partition of 1947, he was given ample opportunities to have a state for the Sikhs. I mean, why did he decline? Maybe Ranjit Singh, you'd like to come in on that one. What happened there?
Well, that was a massive mistake. There's really no other way to describe that. The British recognised the Sikhs as the third power, the third force, in terms of the people they should negotiate with when they departed from the subcontinent. The Cabinet Mission Plan, published in 1946, talked about three categories of people who had to be negotiated with, who had to be accommodated in the decolonisation process. General, Muslim, and Sikh. This is the British. And so it was recognised that the Sikhs were a player at that time. However, there were difficult circumstances facing Master Tara Singh and some of the other Sikh leaders. I still feel that they made a mistake, but there were difficulties. The population was spread across the Punjab. We weren't easily identifiable as a majority in a particular district. That's not to say that we couldn't have been identified in a majority in a contiguous area, which is the trick that was missed, unfortunately. So there were difficulties, and frankly, a huge mistake was made. But the issue, and putting into context everything that's happened since, in particular, it blew up in 1984, were the promises made by the Congress leadership in India to the likes of Master Tara Singh, that the Sikhs would experience a glow of freedom within their Sikh homeland in India. Now, Master Tara Singh was taken in by these promises. You might say that there is no reason why he shouldn't believe them.
I mean, it almost, when you look at the history, it almost seems as if the Muslims were fighting for the Sikhs and the Hindus were fighting for the Sikhs to try and keep them happy, because Muhammad Ali Jinnah actually offered the Sikhs a state of their own in Pakistan once Pakistan is built. But even the English, they offered the Sikhs a state of their own. Maybe I'll just come to Sahota Sahib. Sahota Sahib, if you just hold that mic for me and just speak into there. I mean, you're involved in the Council of Khalistan, a man of wisdom. What do you think? Kyunki udo Master Tara Singh ji ne ਕਾਤੋਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਕਿ ਹਾਂ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਮੈਂ ਵੀ ਸਿੱਖਸਤਾਨ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਉਹ ਖਾਲਿਸਤਾਨ at that time?
ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ ਜੀ ਕਾ ਖਾਲਸਾ